This conference will now be recorded.
Hey, hi team. Welcome to manual2selenium.com. This is Bashir. Today's agenda is going to be four commands like getTitle, getCurrentUrl, getPageSource. Okay. So there is no classification like get commands. Actually, these are not even commands. I would say it's a methods. Okay. Now I just classified just to make you understand, to make you understand the basics of Protractor. Okay. So I just classified like this. Okay. Now the prerequisite is installation. You should know. Okay, so you should know how to set up in the Visual Studio Code. Okay, so you can go back and see my earlier videos, introduction to Protractor, and installation part of it. Okay, so without wasting much time, so let's take a demo and see how we can use those four methods in automation. So this is a project that we have configured last time, right? Okay, so in the test specs I'm going to add my file. I will say get demo.ts. Okay, now if you observe this one, the last time I have written these two statements, it black. Okay, these two in every file you will be observing describe and it blocks. One describe can contain n number of it blocks. These two does not belongs to Protractor. Of course, this belongs to the Jasmine framework. Like, so when you are using JUnit or TestNG, so definitely you will enclose your test within the function, and that particular function you will mark it as a @test. That means you're denoting that this is going to be my test. You will mention before and after, before method and after method, before test, after test, right? So similarly here also, when you're writing your code, when you're writing your test cases, you should have to use these blocks. Okay, so I will be creating a separate video on Jasmine framework, what exactly this describe block is, it block is, and what kind of matches that is available, what kind of features that it is offering, that we will see in a separate session. Okay, but time being, just just know that these are all a block that we have in order to continue to write our Protractor test. Okay, now the first method that I'm going to write is browser.get. Okay, so what it will do is it will take you to the URL, what exactly you will mention over here. Okay, so for example, if I mention over here, it will open up the AngularJS organization site. Okay, so this is the site we are referring today. Okay, now my second option is, once I navigated to this particular URL, I want to print the page title, right? So you have AngularJS, some statements are there, right? Okay, so I want to print this on the console. Okay, so how can I which method I can use that? In order to do that, you have something called getTitle. getTitle. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to save whatever the value which is getting written by the title. I'm going to save it in a variable that is called as page title equal to. Okay, so here I will simply say console log page title is page title is. Here I will simply say page title. Okay, so here it should be from Protractor. Okay, so that's it. If I run the program now, it should print the title of the page, right? Okay, so here I have to change my this one. So get demo.js. Okay, so let's run this npm-test npm-test. So it is just compiling, transpiling, I would say. Okay, so from .ts file to .js files, it has launched the browser, and this particular URL has been navigated, and then it should print on the console the title, right? So what is the title of this page? AngularJS hyphen something, right? Okay, so let's go there. Now see, started, and then you can see page title is this is not our expected title, right? Here it is saying AngularJS, then superheroic JavaScript MVC framework, but here I'm not getting this, right? What is the reason behind that? Is there any issue? Did we make any mistake? Okay, so you have to remember one thing when you are dealing with the protractor. Okay, so you have to know about couple of things like what is mean by asynchronous, what is mean by synchronous, and you should know about promises and callbacks. So these, generally these, words are common when you are dealing with the JavaScript concept. Okay, so especially in Protractor also, as it is based on this particular uh, JavaScript only, so definitely you should know about these things. Okay, I will be creating a separate videos on this, what exactly this asynchronous is and what exactly this promises and callbacks is. Okay, so I'm also, I will add try to references, YouTube references that I have with me. Okay, so you can just go through it meanwhile. Okay, if you see this particular protractor, this complete protractor API is entirely asynchronous wise. It means all the methods will give you the promise. It is not going to give you the result from it. Right? So here, when you see get title, if you put the cursor over there, you can see a promise that it will resolve on the current page. Okay, now if you go to the protractor official site also, if you go to the APIs, here you can find the protractor API. Here if I say get title, right, we have, let me search it, get title. If you click over here, you can see schedules a command and retrieves the current page title, but a promise that that will be resolved with the current page title. Every you will hear this word promise. Okay, that means here it is telling that, hey boss, I'm giving you the promise. What could be a promise? A promise can be rejected, a promise can be fulfilled, it can be a pen status. I mean, the concept is there in JavaScript. Okay, so we'll see what exactly all those things, but first we'll see here how can I print on the console. Okay, in order to handle any type of promise, you have to go by the then. Okay, so here I can simply say then, and what should happen. Okay, so you can close over here. Inside of that you should have one function callback. Here you don't do not need any value over here. I can say page title. That's it. Here now you can take it here and you can print it. Okay, without using this variable also, you can directly straight away you can write the dot then also. Okay, so there is no restriction for you at all. Okay, this nothing but you are handling your promise over here. Okay, that means once you got your promise, now you're telling that the promise has came and what exactly its status is. Okay, so if it is resolved successfully, it will, this piece of code will be executed, right? So in case of any promise that got rejected, so it may be error out. We will see how to handle promises when you are dealing with, when you are writing the test scripts in Protractor. Okay, so timing, just understand that this is a promise, and by using then you are going to handle it. Okay, so if I run the program now, it is launching the browser, right? It should navigate to the URL and then it should print on the console. Let's see over here. Let's see here. Page title is, now we got our output, right? So as I said earlier, in in this particular Protractor API, it's completely based on the asynchronous. Okay, so in a separate video session, we'll see what exactly this means. Okay, so how we can handle these kind of things. Okay, you can directly write it down. So both the statements are same if I write like this. Okay, so you can also write like this, browser dot get title, and then okay, so better way to write it, first you write like this, and then inside of that you can have a function callback. Okay, you can simply remove, I do not need anything over here. I will say title, you can give any name and you can use this one. Okay, so both are same. Okay, both are same. You can go in either of way. Okay. Now, how can I validate? How can I validate? One thing, you can write the if condition inside of here, no restriction at all. Okay, but the JavaScript offers you, I mean, my bad, Jasmine offer you some of the assertions. Like, so in TestNG, whenever you have to compare something, so you want to pass or fail something, so you will say asset dot asset true, false. You will be using assets, right? So here you have the same concept over here. That is nothing but a expect. Okay, so what you are expecting over here? Okay, so I will say, instead of writing these many confusing things over here, I will simply specify expect browser dot title. Okay, now what you exactly you want to compare, right? So expect, and I will say to equal, right? This is equivalent to asset dot asset true, or asset, you will be having different assets, right? So similar kind of thing. Okay, so asset dot to equals, so you can specify over here. I will copy and paste it over here. My bad, I should copy this one. My page title is, and you can print over here. Okay, and thing is that this is not going to work out in TypeScript. Here you should specify any. That's it. It is not going to throw the any error now. Okay, so if you are using a protractor with a type JavaScript, you don't need to write this one. Okay, so only in case of TypeScript you have to use this any. It's one of the variable type. When it can accept any type of data type. It can handle any type of data type. Okay, so see here, how simple is that? You don't need to write confusing things like page dot then and do this, do that, nothing. Simply expect this one and to equal. What it does, it will automatically handles this particular promise. Okay, so it will wait and it will get the title and it will make the comparison. Okay, now if I run the program, you will get the same output. Only thing is that here it is not going to print it. Okay, so if I run the program, it should pass my test case. So it is instantiating and then launching. It is now getting to the URL and then it should pass my test case. See here, green color dots and then one spec, zero failure. Okay, so this is how you can use the keywords from Jasmine. Okay, so you have many variations. Not only equal, you can have plenty of things like to equal, to contain, to be falsify, I mean to be falsify, to be falsy, to be greater than, less than, many things are there. Okay, that we will see in the future how we can make use of them. Okay, so this is what getTitle is all about. Okay, so you have one more the same thing. If I want to print current URL of the page, I can simply use the method get current URL, right? This method I can use it. Okay, so page URL is URL and URL, you can print it. Okay, so I'm not going to compare anything. I just printing on the console. Okay, the similar way you can do with the page source also. Okay, so here if I use get page source, you can get the entire source page. Okay, but I don't want to print this one because it will occupy entire, it will print entire page source over here. We will not be able to see this output. Okay, so here source code is, that's it. Okay, I'm going to comment, simply control backslash, it will comment. Okay, so what is get method, which will take you to the URL, and then get title, which will get the title of the page. Okay, so here in this case we cannot say it will get the title of the page. We can say it will return a promise to get the title of a page. Okay, so you can deal with the promises like this or else like this. The better way is this one. Okay, simply one statement is enough. It will handle that. And then the same thing, current URL will give you the current page URL where you are, and then page source will print entire source of the DOM. Okay, so if I clear and if I run npm test, it should print uh, page URL on the console. Right, you can see page URL is this one. Okay, so like this, you can use these four methods: getTitle, getCurrentUrl, getPageSource. Okay, so in future we are going to see what is mean by this topic. It will be a little confused for you, what is mean by then and what we have written. Okay, nothing but these concepts which are very important. Okay, so time being I will give you video, YouTube videos links. Okay, you can go through that. Okay, so we will also have to see what exactly this means, what is mean by describe, what is mean by it. Okay, so in future I will be creating the videos, nothing to worry about. Okay, so time being just practice this one. Okay, so that's all from this video. Okay, so like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you from manual to selenium.com. Thank you, have a good day ahead.